Who's that?
Welcome, Hamza. Party sing along. तू जाना मैनू प्यार कर ले.
Hi. Is it Kay? Hey, Kay. How are you? So what's your full name? Is it Caitlin? Catherine? Evening. Karina, that's nice. That's a nice name. What's the meaning of your name? I'm waiting, Karina. What's the meaning of your name? I could probably Google it, but if you know it, you can tell me. No, meaning my dad named me. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, I'm gonna read something for you. Hold on. Just for you, Karina. Where was it? Nope, not that far in. You ready, Karina? The mother and the father genes of the fetuses who will be sent to the world as missionaries are transferred to the world beforehand. This medium is prepared by special systems. Energies that come from time beyond expired times always meet on your planet in a triple unification. And so, yeah, your mother, father gene. So are you like the only child of your mom? Or your mom has more kids? You're welcome. This is like a 2020 question. You don't have to answer that. I was trying to read you something else. Okay. 2 sisters, okay. By your father. So that means that your mom's only child? Oh, that's cool. I gotta read something else for you again. You ready? Okay. In accordance with the evolution plan, it is the mother that transmits the initial evolutionary energy to the fetus. A mother is normally in charge of the energies of 6 children. These energies are ensured by her evolutionary potential power. If the mother wants, she can give all these energies to a single child, or she can divide them among 6 or 10. This pertains to her individual willpower. The creativity of the mother comes from the power of her potential of love. This is the source of her godly power. Her love prepares the medium of living for the fetus. The essence gene are beamed from here by special systems and are sewn in the furrows. That is, your children are the children of God, and as you have all been transferred the same way, it means that all of you are the sons of God and daughters of God. The power of your essence gene is the soul power that connects you to the universal potential. The universe is dealing with you for this reason. Since knowing the unknown and seeing the unseen is only possible by the speed of the steps taken forward, the more you operate your brain generator, the greater your steps will be. But basically, I'm an only child from my mom too, and so the mother has the energy of 6 children. She can share the 6 energies amongst up to 10 children, or she can have full powered 6 children, or she can give that energy to just one child, right? So the one child is quite a potential, and from this one, the father and the mother genes of the fetuses who will be sent to the world are missionaries. As missionaries are transferred to the world beforehand. So everything is ordained and orchestrated. So, Karina, you know who you are yet? Mrs. Power of 6. Oh, that's pretty cool. 3 children, 6 grand. The higher essence of the mother probably does it intentionally. When we come here, we basically have like our memory wiped. Not all of us, but most of us. But in previous parts of the book, it mentioned that if the mother has one child, like when she's first incarnated here, if she has just that one child in her first life here, that's how it's going to be for her all other lives. So, yeah. That's that. Okay, I'm going to start reading. So I'm reading the knowledge book. You can see the picture over there. I'm reading the knowledge book. I'm on Fascicule number 2, which is equivalent to chapter 2. A small little introduction to anyone else that don't know what the knowledge book is. So the knowledge book is an extension of all the previous books that has been sent by the creator. So all the religions of the Far East, the New Old Testament, the Psalms of David, and the Quran. The knowledge book is an extension. It contains all the frequencies of all the religious books. It is a book for the golden age, in the age of resurrecting, where we are crossing the Sirat. And that is the knowledge book to prepare us for what is to come, and to also help us raise our consciousness and our vibration and gain universal knowledge. As you all know that we are immortal beings. This body here is just an avatar. Our essence, our spirit is outside of this realm, this dimension, and our consciousness is beamed into this body. Some of us are missionaries, some of us are star seeds, some of us are just going through the evolution, human evolution until they graduate. So that's that. So I'm just going to start. I don't like the going also to 5D. What's wrong with the 3D? There's nothing wrong with the 3D. We're in a school. Life is a school. There's nothing wrong with the 3D. It's just that it's hard. It's like, it's harder, but it's part of the evolution that we have to go through. You can obviously stay here all you want. You just don't have to learn nothing. Don't have to do nothing in terms of like evolving your consciousness. You don't have to do any kindness if you don't want. You don't have to find God within yourself if you don't want. But then when your body runs out, because you're a mortal being, you don't die. Energy is only transferred, right? So you'll be transferred back up, but then you'll be embodied back here again to just go through this as many times as you want. But I don't really like the 3D. It was fun, but I don't know. There's nothing wrong with the 3D. It's just another school that we have to go through. It's like grade 1 all the way to whatever PhD or whatever school ends in this 3D world. But after you attain your PhD, now you become a universal being where you can basically create your own planets, gain all this knowledge, meet all these other different beings that are not seen in this 3D world. There's like trillions and endless beings that our creator has made, and all these different dimensions and planets and universes and cosmos and Gerzes that are just, just like how some people here have never been to Africa, have never been to Mexico, have never been to Italy, and those are all different cultures of people and stuff. The universe is way more vast than that, and but you can stay here. Just don't evolve, and then you can come back, right? It's all our choices, and there's no good or bad choice. It's just choices. That's all. All right, I'm gonna start reading the knowledge book, Fascicule number 2. Call from the pen of the golden age. Do not ever forget that humankind always esteems its own intellect. Divine manifestations are different in each person. The ever-changing humankind cannot ascertain the borders of learning. So that's what we just spoke about that. There's nothing wrong with the 3D. We are all manifestations of the Most High, the Creator. But learning is limitless. Everything is interminable. There's different hues of one color. There's many nuances of one color. There's many nuances of realms. There's many nuances of different. So, who is that? Why do people want to go live with me? I'm kind of reading. Give me a little bit of time. All right. The foundation of the dome of the cosmos was laid through worship. The preeminent, all-merciful has shed light on everyone on this path. However, humankind, the genuine devotees excluded, is not able to perceive anything in depth. This book is a call. It will disseminate the commands of the dome to the entire universe in conformity with the universal theory. The single book which is dictated to you is the common book of the entire universe. And this is the single book. This is the book of unity that all the religions and all humanity and all the universes and all the creations should gather in one brotherhood and sisterhood. All the books which have been revealed to Terra from the same channel until today with the command of our Lord have been for the examination and evolution of humanity. Now, with this single book in your hand, you are undergoing your individual examinations. So all the different religions that came, there is no separation between them. They were just stages of learning, stages of attaining God consciousness, stages of knowing ourselves, stages of worship. But the disagreeables that be have perverted it and has caused separatism. And there is not supposed to be any separatism because it was sent by one God, right? Okay, so yeah. Right now we're in what you call the resurrection. And that is the Christ consciousness that is coming through, where everybody's awakened to their higher self and attaining God consciousness and attaining universal consciousness. And this is a single book, and this is the guide that contains all the religious books within that one book. This book has the highest frequency book that we have on this planet at the moment. Again, because it combines all the religious books and more. There's a place called the Tablet of God's Decree, and basically is a secret knowledge box of the Most High, the Absolute, the Almighty Allah. And all the books that has been sent to our realm, our planet, are just tiny bits of that knowledge box that we have. And this book is also one of it. And right now we're all going through our examination. I'm going to actually speak on that. So what I mean by our examination is, as we are gaining universal consciousness, we have to be very mindful. Like, you have to be very mindful. Our every move is being assessed. Our every thought is being assessed. So we have to really keep that positive vibration. We have to really keep that positive mindset. Regardless of what you're going through, you have to really rise above that. You cannot be victim to your situations, because every event that happens to you, anyone that comes into your lives and cause some kind of chaos or brings any new information, is for your own involvement. You have to see the light outside of that situation. And once you gain that knowledge, then you have evolved to another level. Okay. Our friends who attain a genuine consciousness of this sacred period will become whole in the light of this universal book. This last period of resurrecting, which we call the period in which heavens will be opened, this is gaining the universal consciousness, is the time corresponding to the last years of the ending of the 20th century. So I believe 1999. After 1999, the year 2000, where they said it was the end of the world. Yeah, it was the end of the world, but not as we perceive it. But that era of world, of religion had ended, and we were given, the universe was open to our world, and our world was open to the universe. And knowledge frequencies and love frequencies from higher dimensions started coming through. That is why everybody's saying they're woke, they're woke, they're woke. Because you're waking up, because we're gaining cosmic knowledge. Our goal is to assemble all our terrestrial brothers and sisters under the same roof with this book. And we receive the commands we receive. Where am I? Somebody came on my live. The commands we receive are the commands of the divine. Since the beginning of this year, everyone has been performing his or her mission in the framework of the commands they receive. The opening brain codes of humankind have advanced on the path of learning until today and are still continuing to advance. During the lives after this, there will be no more crawling. Everybody will be up on your feet. That means that we're coming out of our primitive stages. There'll be no more crawling on four legs. Right? And consciously as well, there'll be no more crawling. For this reason, with the request of the divine realm, our Mevlana code has been notified by us of the mission of explaining the truth only to our preeminent friends who have pledged themselves to the resignation medium on the path of worship. Do not forget that your most perfect religious books were each revealed, which were revealed from the divine plane, have always enlightened you on the path of goodwill, tolerance, peace, brotherhood, love, work, and learning. Unfortunately, your societies have degenerated those sacred books. So every sacred book was to teach us goodwill, tolerance, peace, brotherhood, love, work, and learning. Now this book again explains to you one by one with all its openness the same suggestions that are the essence of all the books. There is no fanaticism, bigotry at the plane of God. Everything in nature is pure and shining. Havoc is not in God, but in his servants. The underdeveloped state of the Islamic society is due to this fact. Now, this book has been revealed as a command of the divine from the consciousness code of Ataturk's Republic to the Mevlana code, that is the Anatolia channel. So this book landed in Turkey. When I say landed, I mean that the Alpha channel opened up to Turkey as our Earth rotates. Whenever the Alpha channel is open, wherever it lands, and it's always on the same path, but however we move. So as we moved, when the Alpha channel reached our realm, where it touched was Turkey. Just like in the previous books where all the religious books came from, when the Alpha channel came here in the time of Moses, it was in Egypt. In the time of Prophet Isa or Jesus, it was in Jerusalem. And in the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, it was in Mecca, Medina. Our call is the slogan of Dear Mevlana, who has received the most supreme degree of the plane of humanity. Come, come, come. No matter who you are, nevertheless do come, whether a Mazdan or an atheist. This place is not a gate of repentance. Do come, even if you have reversed your penitence 1,000 times. Your heart is a seat of prostration. Perform your worship there and come. Our arms are open to all our human brothers and sisters. This part is a bomb because a lot of people feel that they need to go to church in order to worship God, in order to attain heaven. They need to go to the masjid in order to worship Allah, God, in order to attain heaven. Your heart is your place of worship. You can go to the masjid and church. You can do all of that. But your heart is a place of worship. And what that means is that if you don't have kindness in your heart, and you don't have love for humanity, and you don't have love for even the ground that the Creator has made for you to walk on, if you're not humble within yourself, if you don't have that divine love within you, then your worship is not going anywhere. Even there are people that have not gone through the religious schools, and yet they love humanity, and they are so conscious, and they love nature, and they cause no harm, and they do not say negative words, and they do not emit negative frequencies. They are worship themselves. Their very act is worship. We have to be that kind of being. We have to be conscious. We have to attain God consciousness and emit that God consciousness outwards in our environment, whatever we do, wherever we are. This book has been taken in hand because during this period it was thought necessary to make the explanation of the essence of the Quran and the religious books. Our goal is to introduce the human to all humanity. This system, which was established according to universal laws, has never passed beyond time. That is, this system has been confined to remain within the circuit. In the name of the liberation... Can you hear me? Sorry, my son was calling. All right. In the name of the liberation of the world, we are now deviating from this path, taking you out of the system slowly. Those who have reached this consciousness are only the genuine... I had to pick up a call. I don't know if I'm back. Am I frozen? Family? We're good? All right. Okay. The initial energy is the noblest energy. So our essence, our original creation, our spirit, right, is the noblest energy. They are the energies and genes that have not been impaired. For this reason, the one who found the truth first was Shams of the Tabriz. Following this path, he went to the city of Bel, where Mevlana was born, and then went to Damascus. Now, this is about the twin flame of the individual the great person who was able to receive this message and wrote it down. Mevlana went to Damascus in his youth and met Shams, and he could not see Shams until he came to Konya. In fact, Shams is no other than the Mercury of Mythos. Find the Mercury of Mythos and read it. He was also called the Flying Dutchman. In every period, he has rightfully performed his mission. Shams awaited for the awakening period of Mevlana. This is like your higher self. This is the story of Mevlana, but this can relate to you because your higher self is just waiting for you to wake up, right? Your higher self is above the firmament, and you're down here going through your 9 to 5, and it's just waiting for you to say, hey, can you wake up and can we start? Like, I've been waiting for you, because time up there is different from time down here, right? And they're just waiting for you to wake up so that you can tap into your higher consciousness and perform your mission, right? This is because Shams is the twin spirit and brother of Mevlana. Why did Mevlana awaken late? Because one of them was waiting in the world in zero frequency. Our earth is zero frequency. And the other was waiting in the firmament at the infinite court, where everything is infinite, right? And universal and greater knowledge and consciousness. So we're here in that zero world frequency trying to rip open and then connect our channel. We're trying, but a lot of people don't even know that they have to connect their channel. A lot of people are just like, I got to pay my mortgage, I got to pay my rent, I got utility bills due, I got to save up my kids' education, I got to get married, got to have kids. That's the matrix. That's the zero world frequency where you're completely distracted. All that stuff is good. As long as you know what you're doing and you know who you are, then you can navigate more smoothly, right? Mevlana, who has always been connected with his God, received the command of writing his Masnawi, even before coming to this world. The goal was for him to shed light on the society he was in, right? Even before you came into this world, you got your scroll. You got your assignment given to you. You have to remember what your assignment is, and that's what this book is for. That's what the resurrection is for. The resurrection is for you to wake up your higher spirit and find out what your mission is, because a lot of us are still asleep. But it should never be forgotten that each enlightening guide needs an enlightening guide. Right? Your higher self is your guide, and then you have your actual angels who are also your guide, right? Shams was sent to the road afterwards to assist him. Society that was not aware of the real meaning of their togetherness made various expoundings about them. We know what those expoundings are. Mevlana, who said that the frequency of love was even higher than the firmament, embraced the entire universe with his love. This is such a love that only those who reach its true meaning know. This is the love of God that everyone seeks but cannot find. And that's what I was talking about earlier. The worship is in your heart. You know, if you can attain love within yourself, for yourself and humanity and your environment and all the creations of the Most High, that is the love of God. And you will be high. When I say you will be high, you will be high. You know the hippies? The hippies and those that like the Rastafarians that are just Jah Rastafari, and the Buddhists that has attained peace within themselves and are centered. Yeah. You know, they don't even kill a fly. They don't even kill a mosquito. You know? Shoot, mosquitoes don't even want to bite them. Mosquitoes just be like high with them and just be vibing off them too. Like, the Supreme One who brings an apple into existence from the essence of the seed renders it a whole by giving it his entire energy. Exactly what I just spoke about. When the awareness of an apple, the awareness of the human, the awareness of the rock, of the soil, the awareness of the animal, in short, the awareness of all the elements you see in the universe unify with this universal consciousness, then they become whole. There is no separatism. That's what this just said. You're not different from me because you're white, blue, pink, purple, orange, yellow, gray, right? Literally gray. The trees are not different from me. The clouds are not different from me. The soil is not different from me. The water is not different from me. In fact, every element consists of every element. Every being, every creation consists of every being and every creation. We are all interminable. We just vibrate at different frequencies and form different elements. There is no separatism. God is one. We're fractals of the Almighty. Therefore, we are one. Many streams lead to one ocean, just so you know. During those ages and in the Quran, this was called exist in unity. Now it is called universal unification, which is the atomic integration. All the atoms are coming together. I'm an atom, you're an atom, the trees are atoms, the sun is an atom, Mercury is an atom, Jupiter is an atom, the Milky Way galaxy is an atom, the Andromedan galaxy is an atom. We're all atoms, whether macro, micro, we're all atoms. And now, you know when you drop water and it splashes out and somehow mingles back in? That's what's happening. God spread us out and now he's calling everybody back to himself. This is the resurrection period. Once Eunice said, there is self within self. Ooh, look at that. There is self within self, and found his God in this way. The energy of your nucleus essence ultimately provides your atomic integration by holding the neutrons and the protons together. Look, you learned this in chemistry. You never applied it to yourself, that you're also nucleus and protons and electrons and all of that. We are all atoms. There is self within self. Within myself, there is my higher self. And within my higher self, there is God self. And if you transcend those steps and you get to your God self, then you're one with God. You're not the God, but you're one with God because you've gained the consciousness of that. And then you're able to do many things. That's why Jesus said, greater things ye shall do. Has it not been said in the old that ye are children of God and ye are children of the Most High? And if you are your father's son and your father's daughter, what does that make you? That means I can find your father in you. That's why there's DNA testing. I can find your mother in you too, right? So we can find God in all of us. We just have to look, and we just have to know that we have to look, right? The entire universe is an atomic unification. It is the reason why we feel God beside us in every moment. Mevlana was with his God each moment. He was enlightening society by talking through his tongue, like how I'm doing, but until he found Shams, he could never pass to the firmament coat, which we call the second evolvement coat. So to attain human evolution is the first evolvement coat. Then after the firmament is our second evolvement coat. And then there's a universal, which is interminable, which is endless. All of it is truly endless. Shams assisted him in this aspect. In this manner, both of the energies of awareness unified and formed a whole and established their triangle code with God as the following: God, Shams, Mevlana. So visualize a triangle. At the top is O. That is the Almighty, the Absolute. This is your earth self, your spirit self. Once you're able to attain this degree of consciousness, you have formed your triangle. This is the secret of the pyramids. The pyramid is knowledge. That's why you see these so-called Illuminatis doing all this, all that. They know what they're doing. It's just that they use the energy for evil. And it's fine for them to use the energy for evil because they will be judged accordingly. That is not your place. You just don't get sucked into it. Right? You just don't get sucked into it. You can use that same energy, which is the God knowledge, and do crazier, better things, evolving humanity, sharing light on your society, right? All right. Wherever they went, the magnetic power of this unified field connected everyone they associated with in the society to the universal light code. And this is like how like the prophets also went on with their life, like because they attained their unified triangles, their magnetic field was so strong everywhere they went, and they spread the message. It went straight into the hearts of people because again their influences was divine. It was not off this planet. Those were the lights who were carrying the closest energies to them in the society they were in. We can also explain this in the following way. The noble genes, which carry the initial energy at the initial existence, are the white moths. That is, the rolling dervishes. He opens his or her arms to the whole universe and rolled unceasingly so that he would never turn its back to his or her God, by attaining God consciousness that he is present in every direction. A rolling dervish in ecstasy, reuniting with his love, with his God, with the sounds of the reed flute, is the same as the lover dancing to the notes of music, and they are on the same frequency. They have reached the plane of love, art, and true love, which is the most supreme plane. The paths are the same. Love, art, true love, right? Music is universal. It assists to achieve ecstasy for every society according to their understanding. That is, all the branches of love, dance, art are worship only. Do not forget that the first dance started with the tom-tom sounds and with the sticks of the American Indians. Love is the highest frequency. It's like the frequency that literally shoots out the firmament. It has like no boundaries. It goes straight to the creator. If you're able to stay in the love frequency, you're able to open up your channels and receive cosmic universal knowledge. That is, the essence of everything is the human, and the human has created the universe with his or her own energy. Tap into art, yo. Tap into art. I'm not talking about just fine art. Like, tap into art. The secret of the universe exists in art so much. You know, when an artist, whether musician, whether drummer, whether pianist, whatever your art is, dancer, whenever they're in the elements, it's literally like they're connected to their higher self and they're vibrating at a different frequency, and they are expressing something that, you know, it goes straight into the perception of people and changes the vibration and mood of people, right? Tap into your art. Everybody has an art. Mine is teaching. Teaching is my art, and music, but everybody has an art, right? All right. Worship in the church is the same as worship in the mosque. The moment a drunkard forgets himself, herself, and a cupbearer's offering wine are the same worship. This is because during the divine moment, you can always rise up to the plane of God due to the fact that there is no negative vibration, no negative thought within you. Right? This is such supremacy that humankind has awaited this rising to supremacy since it was born. Some have risen to supremacy through the most correct path, and some by sacrificing themselves, like the hippies. I mentioned the hippies earlier, right? They literally had like no boundaries. They loved all humanity. You can throw a stone at the hippie and the hippie was still happy, had no hatred in their heart. That is the key. The key is to remove hatred from your heart, to remove separatism from your heart, right? To unite all the atoms of God. You consider the hippies as the dredges of society, but no, they are very powerful positive energies because they cannot adapt themselves to society no matter what they do. It always makes them happy to meet in the realm of colors. And we know the realm of colors when we're taking our etheric trips, right? Yeah. They are the victims of society in the realm of Christianity, just as the sheep are sacrificed in the realm of Islam. In this period, while Islam sacrifices a sheep so that nothing malevolent happens to him or her, a Christian sacrifices the hippies by pushing them away from society. When a Christian worships in their church, when an Islam performs their prayers 5 times a day in their mosque, they consider that they have done their mandate towards their God and they have gotten their entire responsibilities over with. To be able to go outside this consciousness, one has to become a genuine human. Being a genuine human is like being a Sufi. A Sufi does not know hatred. A Sufi does not know jealousy. A Sufi actually wishes that everybody will rise up to the same frequency, and they teach people in their surroundings, people that come to them, to rise up to that same frequency. Whereas in the corporate world, for example, nobody wants the other person's business to succeed. They will sabotage it, right? That's the difference between being a genuine human. A genuine human genuinely wishes the best for everybody. All God's creation, I should say. Everyone is sent to the world with a mission. This universal mission is solidarity of society. Thus, the Quran has enlightened the human on the path of learning, science, love, logic, and mutual assistance. Cleanliness comes from true belief. Civilized societies have solved this. But the Arab received the command from their God to wash themselves 5 times a day, for this is an imperative in the medium where they live. However, unfortunately, humankind has learned to wash its physical body, but could never learn to wash its spirit. And to wash your spirit is to love all Allah's creation, right? That's what I'm saying, that you can perform all your salat, you can go to church, you can do all of that. But if you don't have genuine love in your heart for all creation, if you don't wish well for everybody, if you don't forgive, if you have jealousy and hatred in your heart, your worship is null. The points of view regarding the old social solidarity and the solidarities of the present have changed much. If you extend your pure essence heart and your hand to an unfortunate person beside you and restore a human into social community, then there is no necessity to sacrifice an animal. A kind word, an innocent loving look is the best of worships. Do not ever forget this, our friends. Pen of the Golden Age literally just said this whole thing, and it just summed it up in this paragraph for us. Kind words, innocent loving look is the best of worship, right? Because that is worship in itself. There are some people that are not Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Sikhs, Hindus, no religion, but they're genuine human. They keep it simple and they just love all that Allah or God has created, right? Our friends, now we would like to talk to you about the great contradictions between the cultures of the East and the West. A line is billions of points becoming infinite at the infinity. So there is no line is straight, right? Lines are tiny, tiny, tiny dots that from a perception looks like a line. But if you were to open it up, it's just different weird shapes of dots all mixed up, right? All right. The atomic totality in each point has brought the triplet of calligraphy, painting, and sculpture into being by connecting the points to each other. To receive an image, right? You have to connect the points, like how we're perceiving light and how I'm reading this book and how I'm seeing this phone is just about my mind perception, putting all the points and colors and frequencies and energies and numbers and codes together. We are painting a sculpture banned. Why were painting and sculpture banned in the Islamic society and not in the Western society? Islamic society dived into this atomic structure long before and had attained learning through religion. The West solved everything through learning in a civilized way and then found its God. It should never be forgotten that the first of something is not the last of that thing. That's ego. People think just because they've attained certain knowledge, that's it. Nobody else should attain that knowledge or nobody should expound on that knowledge. Knowledge is interminable. It's forever upgrading. There's so much secrets within one secret. Even in the Quran, one letter can be deciphered into millions of universal meanings. I won't even ground it to earth. Right. There will always be new steps to be taken in the advancements made as a necessity of society. By setting out on this path, the Islamic society solved all the secrets in the Quran by calculating them with the Arabic numerical alphabet and learned the medium of unity. This knowledge has led humans who have ego to be veiled due to jealousy. Can't go nowhere with jealousy. The West has accepted this view very naturally and has advanced on the design path of light step by step. Our light friend Muhammad Mustafa, who first put forth his steps of divine light on the world in the Arabic Peninsula, tried to restore humanity into society by propagating Islam. But he could never attain the results he hoped for. Humans, instead of unifying, got separated even more through sects, just as it is in other religions. The Catholic, the Orthodox, and the Protestant creeds divided people in the same way. All religions are the same. Everyone's God is one. We all worship the same God. There is no privileges among us. Privilege exists in the views of our human brothers and sisters. God has never given up hope for his servants, for all the living beings came into being from his energy. There is no superiority. There is no superiority. Yeah, there's superiority in color, and that shouldn't even exist. There's superiority, there's classism, that shouldn't exist. That only exists here because there's certain beings that love to separate us, and so much so that they even separated the Word of God, brought in the books, the Quran, the New Testament, Old Testament, Psalms of David, the religions of the Far East. So much so that they went in there and separated it and created sects when there shouldn't be any sect. There shouldn't be any classism. Everybody should be leveled, and that's what causes all the other negative emotions like greed, anger, murder, jealousy, hatred. Somebody has this and you don't have, and they have so much of it and you don't even have any of it. And if you're not able to control yourself and be a genuine human, there you go, being jealous and wanting to take that from the person and wanting to even kill that person to take it, right? That sends the person back to a primitive state. You see that God is jealous, that he never shares his love with anyone. Actually, the Quran could not convey the genuine meaning of this to you. His love has been distributed to all animals, plants, insects, and to the rocks and the soils in the entire universe. Society, due to its fanatic fears, has loved its God in fear. They could not even embrace their children with love, who have been their nearest and dearest, due to the fear that God will take them away. In fact, God is an extremely great energy that opens up more to humankind as it loves. God is love. You have no choice but to be loved. If your creator is love and his essence is you and you're fractals of him and he is love, then you have no choice but to be loved. And if you keep that mindset, regardless of what anybody does to you, regardless of what you're going through, if you keep that mindset for yourself, for yourself, I'm not saying if somebody's trying to stab you, say, oh, God is love, I love you, haha, let's hug. No, you're going to die. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying get to safety, but yet don't hold any hatred in your heart. For your own good. Not for someone else's good, but for your own good. Right? Because then that helps you elevate, and then greater light is shown upon you, right? Love is not in show, but in vibration. Can't pretend with love. If you truly love and you're in the vibration of love, people will feel it. No matter how negative they are, they will feel a little bit of when they come around you, right? You don't pretend to be like washing someone's feet and in your heart you hate them. It shows in your face. It shows in your energy. Like, even if you don't say I hate you, they can feel it. Love is a vibration. You can't fool it. You know, it either is or isn't. Whomever you smile at in this world, that person will always smile back at you. The universal rule is this. The property of the spirit is the law of nature. Head for head, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. If you love me, I will love you too. Because you're a mirror. You mirror whatever you see. If you are light, you will mirror light. If you are a piece of coal, you will remain pitch black like coal without burning. Do not thank your God in the church or in the mosque for the blessings he has given you. Give thanks to him because he has brought you into existence. You're an infinite, immortal being. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. It was transferred from God, and here we are, and we can be transferred into different dimensions and realms depending on our involvement. We exist. Can never be taken away. So thank God for that. Let that happiness sit in your heart. For he has never killed you, but has brought you into existence again and again in every period. To know how to exist means to comprehend the cause of existence. Ooh. And the cause of existence is love. We existed out of love from God. So to know how to exist, if you want to know how to live a good life, a proper life, universally, earthly, whereverly, under earthly, to comprehend the cause of existence, you need to know why were you created? Why do you exist? Out of love. Setting out with the computer, we solve the universe through lines. The tail end of the skein is in the hand. This means that by connecting the book with the Quran, we will pull out all the knowledge one by one from the well. We will complete this book with the knowledge even Western societies does not know yet. Computers, television, radios, and tape recorders are the most primitive instruments of this period. The instrument that assembles all the knowledge in one point has been shedding light on you since the period of the papyrus, cuneiform writings, and caves. This is your brain. Oh my gosh. Don't doubt yourself. That's all I can say. This is a universal computer. It's not an earthly computer. It's a universal computer. It's your download. It's your upload. You transfer everything through here. The amount of storage of information that can be stored or is stored in here is all your lifetimes that you've ever been incarnated. All your existence, since the time of your existence, all that information, all the cosmos, all the different realms, dimension, gerzes, all you know, all that you don't know in this realm, it's all here. This is the greatest computer, and you have to learn how to use it. That's why I said keep it clean. Keep it clean with positive vibration. Keep it clean with positive thoughts. Keep it clean with love frequency, right? No matter what somebody do to you, no matter what you go through, you're in control of this. You can allow somebody's energy to interrupt you and change your frequency. That's up to you up here. You decide that for yourself. I choose positivity. I choose positivity. And like I literally got there, I think last year. I got there last year because for like a couple of years I was throwing tantrums, and then I was like, no, that's not me. Okay, cut. And I just cut. And like any situation that comes through, I'm just like, how do I solve it in a more loving way? How do I remove this negative energy from here and put some positive stuff in there? How do I let that come out through my voice and through my tones? How do I let that come out through my eyes? You know? Sometimes you have to dance. Sometimes you have to play music and dance and let off that negative energy. Sometimes you have to meditate. Sometimes you have to eat some really good food. Sometimes you have to have sex. Sometimes you have to hug your child. You know, sometimes you have to go do kindness to someone that actually need a helping hand. Sometimes that's what you have to do to bring that energy back into you, right? Okay. Right. It is at the universal vibration of the art code that is the highest. Your frequencies that have risen up to this code have brought you into the space age. Nikola Tesla was an artist. And when I say artist, science is an art, mathematics is an art, English is an art, Akan language is an art, cuneiform tablets is an art, the writings in the pyramids is all art, architecture is an art, electrical system is an art, everything is an art. That is the art code. When we tap into the art code, that's why somebody's able to invent something, because they tapped into the art code and they received, the formula for something. Everything is an art. For you to be able to come here, it is imperative that your brain become a universal satellite. However, universal satellite, your brain, download, cosmic energy, cosmic rays, message from our creator, our higher self. However, doubt is a primitive bond that propels you to the quest medium. The quest medium is when you're sitting there in your whole life, something just never felt right. And you felt like you needed to find something. You're just looking for something. You always felt empty. You always felt like there's something more out there that I have to find. That's when your quest code is opened. That's when God has said, "Okay, child, go find yourself and find me." That's when then you start searching. Sometimes it's the library. Sometimes it's the internet. Sometimes it's following some key people. Sometimes it's meditating, but you're searching for something, right? When you doubt yourself, say you're getting a download. Now you're on this quest, and then say you get a download like, "Oh, call this girl and ask her if she knows this." Like, nah, she cannot know that. That's the doubt. That doubt propels you from the quest medium. Don't doubt anything. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt that you received a thought. Obviously, discernment is there because we have other people trying to put negative frequencies in our head, right? Discernment is there, but don't doubt. Even that negative frequency, within that frequency is a solution. If you are able to decipher that frequency, because within every question is a result, right? So within any darkness, there's light. There's the yin and yang balance, right? So within anything that you like, that's what I was talking about. If you went through like a bad situation, that bad situation is a contradiction for you to grasp something out of it to evolve to the next stage. Now, if you're able to solve that situation and find the solution to that situation, and you now attain the formula, that situation can never harm you no more because you already got the solution to it. You have the key. You can lock it up. You can open it up. You can pass the key on to someone. It does not, if that situation ever comes back again, you literally just do one step over it and you're done. You don't have to go through that emotional turmoil and the depression and the crashing into the walls and all that stuff. You don't have to do all that stuff. Why? Because you already mastered it the first time. We're here to evolve. That's what evolvement is. People think that when they go through problems and they go through, any kind of situation, that's God doesn't like me. No, my guy, evolve from that. Learn. What is it that you're supposed to pick up from it? Pick it out. It's all in the rumble. Pick it out. Okay. Swallow it. Get all that light bulb. Like when you're playing the video game and then, you have to jump to hit that thing and then now you become a Super Saiyan. Get your Super Saiyan energy and move on, right? And if it ever comes back again, you solve it way more faster. It's like math. It's all numbers, yo. It's all numbers. It's all formulas and equations and stuff, right? All right. Doubt is a primitive bond that propels you to the quest medium. Each quest disperses doubt. So that means every every, what is the word? Problem, don't like to use the word problem, quest, event, experience. Once you're able to go through it and you don't run away from it, now that doubt is gone. Like Robert always talks about, if you go through the spirit molecule and you go through the death cycle and you come out and you come back here, that fear is gone because you already know what's on the other side. Just like every situation, when you're afraid to go to that job interview, and you actually do go through that job interview, whether you did get the job or you didn't get the job, that's not the point. The point is you went to that interview. Now, whatever fear and doubt that you had about that interview is gone. You already faced it. If you didn't get the job, you learned what you could have done better, or you just know that this guy is just an ass, doesn't like me, probably jealous of all my qualifications, whatever it is. But that builds your confidence either way, right? If you did get the job, kudos, you got the job, whatever it is that you need to learn. Everything is a quest. Everything is an experience that you're supposed to learn. Learn. The key is to learn. Learn. Don't run from anything. Anything that is present to you, ask for divine guidance, strength, wisdom, knowledge, light, love. Go through all your problems with love and light, and you'll be fine. Don't let it beat you down. It has no power to beat you down. You let it beat you down because you want it to beat you down, because you don't have enough universal confidence in yourself to say, you don't exist. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. You can't faze me, right? Nothing's supposed to bring you down. All right. It breaks the chains of fear one by one, and learning progresses on this path in this manner. Learning. Everything is for you to learn. If you don't, let's talk about generational curse. I don't know how much people have. Let's talk about, what the heck, 96 people? Oh my God, I'm talking. Is it 96? I can't see well. Let's talk about generational curse. Generational curse, apart from voodoo and all that stuff, even if, let's just say somebody's family made a deal with like a being, like a jinn or something, right? They made that deal with that jinn, said, oh, we don't have any children in our family. How can you help us have children? And in payment, we don't take away marriage or whatever. Like, we don't want, yeah. So that family has children, but nobody's ever able to attain marriage. If that initial ancestors were able to dive within themselves, they would have never made that deal, right? If they would have been able to attain the solution to their childlessness, they would have never made that deal, right? Okay, now let's just say they were able to attain the solution to that childlessness. Now, the other generation did not have that pact with that being, right? So now let's talk about generational curse in terms of formula, solution, equation, etc. If your mother is able, and your father is able to attain the formula to a solution that they had to go through, now they have the formula to pass that to you. Now you don't have to go through that, right? If they were not able to solve it, then it becomes a generational thing that you now have to solve it. And if you don't solve it, then your child has to solve it. And if your child doesn't solve it, then their child has to solve it. And then it just keeps piling on. It's become this enigma, this thing. No, listen, go through everything with love and light. You will get there. You will get it. You have the power. You are a universal being. You're created from the atom of the Most High. You're a fractile of the Creator. All the power that exists is not new to you. It is only somehow hidden because we're in a zero frequency world. But you are that universal power. You are the universal being. You have all the power. Ask for guidance. Meditate. Go within yourself. This is what they talk about shadow work. Go and find out what the situation is within yourself. Eliminate that situation. Eliminate it. Go through it. Solve it. Pick it apart. Okay, this is why you came in. This is why you came in. Because if it's a clump, it may look scary. But when you pull it out, pieces by pieces, it don't exist. And you only make things crazy for yourself, by yourself. Nothing, all of it is in here. Anything that hurts you is in here. And if you understand that, one, you're a universal being, all the powers within you, you're capable of everything. That's one. Two, all that is suppressing and oppressing you is internalized by you, by how you perceive it, then you can work on that. Right? And 3, knowing that you're a universal being, you can get guidance from above by opening up your channel. Go through everything with love and light. Love and light. Right? All religious books have been talked about. All religious books have talked about resurrection until today, but nothing has happened. Those who have attained this consciousness advance fearlessly on this path. Let us explain this much to you. Okay, just so you know, I'm reading the knowledge book. You can Google the Mevlana Essence Nucleus Group and read up on it. Depending on where you are, you can attain it from a council. There are many councils in all the countries. You can comment on one of my videos. I want the knowledge book, and I'll just ask you which country you're in, and I'll just go on the website. Sometimes it's hard to find, but I can help you, because I want everybody to have this book, because we're in the resurrection period. We're crossing the Sirat. Nothing in this world is alone and single. Against each positive technique developed, there is another positive technique one step ahead. The system is informed of everything and shuts the circuit down at a time of danger. From now on, there will not be any more stealing of secrets, neither in politics, nor in your social lives, nor in your private lives. This is what's going on. There is no more secrets. That's why everything is being spilled. The government's buttocks is being revealed. Right? Everything that has gone on in the lurkings is all being exposed. People are waking up to the truth of the reality. Our world frequency is increasing from that 0 world frequency. We're in a 3 dimension now. That's an upgrade. And it's even going into the 5 dimension. That's why they come up with the 5G, because they try to get ahead of everything that is natural and universal, right? The system is informed of everything and shuts down. I already read that. Never fear. Never fear. For negative factors are immediately rendered ineffective. There is never any disruption in the circus. This order has brought you love, friendship, and peace. We wish happy days to all our brothers and sisters in their beautiful roles. Pen of the Golden Age. Never fear. Our friends, now we would like to mention Mother to you a little bit. This part is really good, y'all. Pay attention. Mother. By the command of God, all the goodwill and love in the entire universe is given to the woman who is going to be a mother. For the perpetuation of the generation is formed through this love. Don't feel bad if you decided not to have kids. There is no judgment. There is just the ordinance. Everything is from the Creator. Everything is a system, and it's playing out as it should. If you decided not to have kids, it's not because you decided not to have kids. It's because you decided not to have kids before you came here, and that's fine. That's normal. You know what you're doing. Nobody should judge you. You know what you're doing, right? You know what's good for you, right? I decided to have a lot of kids because that's what I wanted before I came here, right? There is no right or wrong. Everything plays out as it should. That's it, right? A mother should never presume that she feeds her baby only with her milk. Actually, that which she feeds and maintains the life of a baby is the vibration of love transmitted by the mother. We feed our baby with love. The device to measure the vibrations of this love is not present in your world yet. Ego of the social community could not bring the mother, whom even God has rendered so supreme, to her currently deserved place. The ego of social community could not bring the mother, who even God has rendered so supreme, to her currently deserved place. We already know who did this. We're not going to talk about them. We know that, outside of this world, there's no gender discrimination. But we know what they did. They perverted all the religious books, and, they put one gender above the other, and one gender is like, genders are the yin and the yang. There is no negative and positive. Well, there's negative and positive, but not in that aspect of one is bad, one is good. But in terms of energy, right? You can't create something with just positive energy. You need the negative energy, because it's either an attraction or repellent, however way it works. But it's an ordinance, it's a system, it's an equilibrium, right? The device to measure the vibration of this love is not present in your world yet. Ego of the social community could not bring the mother, whom even God has rendered so supreme, to her currently deserved place. Those who first make frequency contact with us are the mothers. And when they're saying us, they're talking about our celestial family, the angels, the light friends, the prophets, other great beings that are masters of mass universes, and like, they take direct command from the Most High, and then they go out and do. We indicate these to you to explain how great a power love is. Underdeveloped societies will be annihilated in proportion with the torment they cause women. Do not ever forget this. Any country, any nation, any group of people that suppress and torture their women, their depressions and their destructions are in proportion to the degree of torment that they give to their women. Changes that will occur during the time that comes from beyond the 20th century until today will convince you more. Those appreciated by God are carried as a crown by us as well, and their problems are taken in hand. In the case that the frequency of mothers is cut by negative factors, your world medium will never be free of depression. If the mother is the one that channels in universal love for this child, in order for a child to come into the mother has to be in that love frequency. The child even sends down that love frequency to the mother before the child even comes through. And the mother is all happy, rubbing her belly and talking to the child and loves the child so much even before seeing the child. If that frequency, that love frequency, is cut off by negative factors, your medium, our world, will never be free of depression. Do you understand that? Because we talked about God as love. He created us out of love. And if the mother is the tower that's connecting that love frequency, bringing other God beings into this world, if you cut off that and you treat that woman bad, and let's just say the whole world, all mothers are depressed and sad, and their love frequency is cut off by negative factors, this world is doomed, it's done. The time has changed. The medium has changed. The world needs love given from the essence, not demanding love. This powerful current is present in the mother. Do not ever forget. Be you either man or woman, your possessive ego will always lower your frequency. All that control stuff. That ego, that's ego. When you want to dominate, your partner or something, that's ego. That cuts off your frequency. People that have ego have low vibration, right? Because who are you to say that you're superior than somebody else? Because what? You have money? You have to be humble, regardless. Because you're a male, because you're a female. There's only one superior being, and we came from him. No religion, or her, or both, energy. No religious books will henceforth be revealed to you. No religious books. The Quran was the last religious books. You may accept these words as a continuation of your books. Happiness and success to all from the supreme plane. Pen of the golden age. Ooh, we're about to get into some stuff. I think I want to go home. It's so long. I've been talking so much. Sorry, let me see how much more pages I have. Oh dear. What? No, this can't be right. It is right. What? Okay. I'll probably finish I'll just do 2 more pages. What time is it? 7:50. Oh. I've only been here for like an hour. Okay. Notice to our friends. A system of laws called the solar law reigns over the entire universe, right? So there's a law called the solar law. This system is also valid for nature. This means that the system encompasses all the living and non-living beings in nature. They are called the group of light and are 7 in number, right? Okay, these are our solar governing laws. There's the solar group, that's 1. 2, the fate group. 3, time group. 4, war group. 5, fire group. 6, mysteries and the wise ones. 7, night group. This group is also divided into 7. So the night group is also divided into 7. They are all under the command of the Almighty, the Absolute. That is, the sovereign of the Son of the Sons. So the Almighty, the Absolute, is the sovereign of the Son of the Sons, right? Darkness present Darkness represents space, and the white color represents light. Humankind who knows all this is very uncomfortable. Actually, in this period that we call the sincerity period, the fears of sincere people are groundless. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. Darkness, light, fire, elements, you literally comprise of all that exists. There is nothing to fear. So fear of sincere people are groundless. If you really, really dive down into something that you fear, you find out that it's groundless. It has no substantiality. It doesn't hold anything. It's not heavy. It only exists because you make it exist. Our goal is to renew human who has become worn out, and to create human from human. The religion of Islam is a religion that is free of all suspicions. Logic resides in its essence. The Quran, the book of the most matured religion, in spite of it being very clear, could not be interpreted in full due to its having been written in Arabic. In fact, it comprises all the knowledge on law, politics, society, space. Later, fanatic societies degenerated it. Intuition and feelings are inspiration. Since the world came into existence until today, all the religious books have been dictated by the emissaries of the preeminent Lord. They are a commission constituted of 24 preeminent ones. This is called the Supreme Assembly. I think it exists in the Bible too, the 24 elders. And they're also known as a central system. So, well, I'll get to it in other chapters, but yeah, the central system, and then above them is like endless, but basically they receive the command from the Most High, the central system, the 24, and then they disseminate it wherever it should go. The soul enlightening channel open to the world is here. All the commands are given from here. Until now, 5 books have been revealed from this channel. These are the New Testament, the Old Testament, the Psalms of David, the religions of the Far East, and the Quran. The Quran, which is the final book, was dictated by the command of the single Lord to our light friend Muhammad Mustafa, peace be upon him, through Archangel Gabriel. And now, without putting any emissaries between himself and the human, the Lord dictates to the pen of the Golden Age the scientific explanation of all the books by assembling the essence of all the books in this book that we have here. So like before, when the Most High was passing information down for like any book to be dictated, it went through the 7 channels. But in this time that we're in, I believe there was only one before it went to the receiver on this planet, the genuine human on this planet who received the information and wrote it down, right? So all the middlemen were removed for this book. So the channel is like very strong. Like it wasn't not filtered, but it wasn't wiggled or slowed down in any way. It just came direct. The Quran, which is the final book, was dictated by the command of the single Lord to our light friend Muhammad Mustafa through the Archangel Gabriel. And now, without putting any emissaries between himself and the human, the Lord dictates to the pen of the Golden Age the scientific explanation of all the books by assembling the essence of all the books. The names of God mentioned in the Quran is 99 in number. There are 300 in the New Testament, 300 in the Old Testament, 300 in the Psalms of David. That is altogether 999 in number. But the sum of all his names, our Creator's name, in the entire universe is 6,666 in number, including the above mentioned. Among these names, the single one is real, but this gate has always remained closed. It is said that this divine name is said to be 147 words. So there's a name of the Almighty, the Absolute, that we don't know. And it contains 147 words. If we add these numbers, 147, it equals 12. And this means the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, the apostles of Jesus Christ are 12 assistants of the prophet. The cherubim of Moses are the 12 assistants of the prophet. The 12 imams of the Holy Muhammad are again the same assistants of the prophet. All these explanations are present in the Quran. However, now, when the secrets of the universe were solved through the secret of the pyramids, these secrets too have begun to be solved. For example, let us draw the pyramid like this. All right, so we have the O, that's the Almighty, the Absolute. We have 6, 6, 6, 6 on each side, right? 24. Now I'm going to read. The Supreme Assembly is established by 24 Supreme Ones, right? We talked about the 24 Elder, the central system. The apostles, which are 6 in number, are carrying out missions on the 4 poles. It has continued this way until today. Now let us explain it in this way. If we add the apostles at the 2 poles, that is 6 plus 6, that makes 12. O, the Allah, that is the single Lord, is the Almighty, the Absolute. The sum of the 3 of them makes 13. When they form the triangle, 6, 6, and O makes 13. This number is indivisible and is single. The 12 apostles and God constitute a triangle. This is one face of the pyramid. Each face constitutes one of the books revealed by the channel of God. So 4 books were revealed by the channel of God, right? And each apostle was in charge with each prophet. And so the 4 faces and the 4 corners of the earth. These books were dictated through intermediaries. These intermediaries have added their interpretations to the books. Actually, the right angle that passes through the pyramid is very important. This is the unification of the essence of God and the genuine human, and the Quran was revealed by this means. But the Islamic society has memorized the Quran like a parrot, yet has never understood the profoundness of its meaning, exceptions included. There are some real Muslims that are Sufis that truly understand and has deciphered the Quran, and they are able to go in and out of realms and dimensions and go meet other higher beings and attain knowledge and do incredible stuff. There's Sufis, there's Walis, there's people like Sheikh Ibrahim Inyas of Kaula, Senegal. I can't remember any other names, but they're really great people that has really deciphered the Quran, and they have therefore attained universal knowledge, and they're not bound to the physical anymore. Even within their physical body, they're able to transcend in and out, right? Okay. Later, when veneration of the Quran was instilled in the people, they have always kept it above their heads, but could not place its contents in their brains. When they were told to carry it as a crown, they hung their book on a nail high on the wall, but could not expound the meaning of this word. Now religions have become quite different than what you used to think. Now the genuine meanings of these sacred books are being dictated to you from the firmament plane through the computer system in the most correct way. Here we are taking you a bit outside of the thought chains to which you have been habituated until today. Kind of the golden age. Okay, I can't do all this today. Ooh, I think I'm getting dizzy. All right, so that is page 22 that I have to do tomorrow. Wait, let me do this. I want to talk about the Alpha channel. Our friends, this book, which is dictated by the command of the central system in conformity with the universal theory, through the channel of the single Lord. So the Lord's channel is called the Alpha channel. So there's the Alpha and there's a Beta channel. The Beta channel is space. It's universe. It's the boundless universe. The Alpha channel is where all the religious books that are for our evolution was brought through, right? In the explanation of all the religious books in the Quran through the path of learning, and it has been revealed to Terra together with all the sages. The genuine devotees already know this. For the space code that has taken its genuine place in the channel of the Lord acts by the command of its Lord. Just as societies have been divided up until today by the Islam-Christian discrimination, the universe has also been divided by the view terrestrial and extraterrestrial, when there is no such thing. Our planet is sitting in friggin' space. We are space beings. Just because, bro, our planet is in space. We are space beings. We are also... Like, come on, man. We're universal beings. We're all existing in the universe. How dare we separate ourselves? Like, that kind of shuts off our knowledge, you know? when we separate ourselves. Like I said, there is no separation, right? Upon the command given, the single channel to mention space and the extraterrestrial is alpha. The other channel's permission to speak is limited for the time being. Do not ever forget that there are numerous negative codes in space also that could not enter into the evolvement code. So there are probably some other planets that the people there are like even worse than us, and they are not allowed to evolve. They probably have to remain as a prime, like a primitive being. But our Earth, our universe has been accepted to evolve because our frequency is raised up. But I mean, all of this has been preordained before the existence of all of this was preordained before all our creations, right? It's like the book was written and then the characters are just playing it out on stage, and that's just what's going on. That's why there's like no such thing as fear. If you understand that there is no such thing as time, and time only exists here, and there's time expires outside of here, and think, their negative factors have reflected on your society. Until today, you have been protected from these negative factors by the channel of the Lord, the other really bad, disagreeable beings that have been spoiling our earth for us. And now, thanks to this dictated book, the raw human will be taken to the salvation medium, right? We are in the salvation time. This will happen thanks to our good-willed friends who have been prepared for the medium of consciousness. We say, write your book in your own handwriting, because all your writings from the time of your initial existence until today have been kept here in the archives. Everything you've ever written since you came into existence is kept in the archives. They call it something. Oh, what's that archive that people want to know all their past lives and stuff? Akashic records? Yeah. Our friends who are cognizant of its importance will write their book by their own hand. I'm writing this book by my own hand. In any case, do not ever force those who do not write, for you know that the property of this period is to leave the human alone with his or her own conscience. Humankind will choose his or her options, himself or herself. There is no force in ever. Repeat this again, that this has been notified by the divine command, light. So again, I was reading the knowledge book. You can Google the Mevlana Essence Nucleus Group. This book contains all the frequencies of all the religious books that has been sent to us and more. This book was there before everything. Time is not linear, it's circular, so it's hard to explain, but this book has always existed. That's what I should say. Like I said, we're just characters playing out in the book of God, written. So we're in the resurrection period. We're crossing the Sirat. Our consciousness is being judged. All our thoughts are being monitored and supervised. All our frequencies are being monitored and supervised. And then the firmament. So even before you get to the firmament, there's like a shield in our atmosphere. Any negative thoughts that you think, it gets struck back down to you, because negativity is not allowed in the universe. It can't cross the firmament. Only positive thoughts get up to the central system, where they monitor and say, oh, this person is doing well. They went through this, but they're able to rise up above it and hold a positive frequency, and then they send even more guidance onto you, right? But if you are negative and you're not able to overcome your emotions and your situations, and you just keep drowning yourself in negativity, the reason why you keep drowning yourself in negativity is because the moment you think negative thoughts, it cannot leave. It gets stricken back down to you, and then you keep digging yourself. So rise above your depressions, rise above your troubles. Like I said, within every problem, there is a solution. The result is in the reason. The reason is also in the result. Find the reason. Find the reason why they've given you. Remember, nothing is accidental. There's no such thing. Nothing is bad luck. It's only bad luck if you use your universal brain, which forms anything into your own perception. If you use it to make it bad luck, there is a reason for everything, and you need to find that reason. And once you find that reason, then you hold the lock. That's why they said Jesus defeated death. Right? Immortality. You hold the key to that situation, and then it can no longer oppress you again. Right? What time is it? Can't see. With love, yeah. Yep. Okay. You guys want me to keep... Hey, Missy! You guys want me to keep reading? Because I'm just about to close. Actually, my good friend Robert is coming on. Love me some Robert. Yeah? Well, you took care of them, so that was good. All right. I had fun today. Today was good. Yesterday I was nervous. Today was good. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll drink water. Thank you, too. Thank you, Ida. Hey, Ida. Hey, Ida, you. All right. So I'll be doing this, inshallah. Allah give me strength and wisdom and knowledge and give me the voice of multiple great beings and light beings. Fridays and Saturdays around 6:30 so that I don't interrupt Robert's live, because Robert's is very important too and I like to be there. So Fridays and Saturdays 6:30 to around this time, 8 o'clock, 8:30. This chapter is lengthy. I'm not going to finish all of it today. So I will see you all next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Sending love and light. Remember, you are not your problems. You are a cosmic universal being created from the fabric of the Most High. You are the purest that there is. Everything that you're going through here does not exist outside of this planet. And you exist outside of this planet. If you're able to attain that kind of consciousness and meditate on that, then you know that nothing should faze you, right? And you have to do this. You have to rise above all the situations, because we are being assessed. Our thoughts and how we go through these situations, we're being assessed, right? And if you attain the key to all these situations, then you can pass that key on to your friend, children, etc., so that they don't have to go through that, so that they can evolve faster, right? The key is for all of us to evolve. This is not superiority. This is not individuality. This is unity. This is love, right? The Creator is uniting all His creations under one roof. So, right? So sending love to everybody. Sending love to your homes. Sending love to your workplaces. Honestly, I want to shut the matrix down, because I hate the fact that people have to work and they're not happy, you know. But again, like I said, rise above that, right? You have to meditate in love. Every time you're at work and you're feeling like crap and you want to punch somebody, go back into love. Go back into love. Everything is a test. Every situation that you're placed in is a test. Rise above it and win, because we're trying to get out. Some people want to come back. I don't want to come back. Missy doesn't want to come back. Okay. Have a good night, family. Sending love to you all. All right. Bye-bye.